Hi everyone, I have completely failed at unboxing my new book, Magical Muddy Shores, and I'm really sad because every book that I've published so far, I have sat and done an unboxing video on YouTube here. And I love an unboxing video. I really like watching them, which is part of why I make them. But also, it's really nice for me personally to have the memories and look back and go, oh my goodness, I remember when I saw that book for the first time, or I look so young. I do sometimes look back at these kinds of videos, and I love that there's this sort of archive there. And I've literally unboxed every single book, including different editions. If I've done a hardback, I've done a separate unboxing. And when I did a second edition of Lily the Limpet Gets Lost, I unboxed the second edition and I've compared different printing methods and all this stuff. And I failed on the new book. I'm so sad that this one's going to be missing. So what happened was I sat down to unbox the video and it was a really chaotic day. I can remember that when I sat down kind of going, I haven't got any makeup on. I haven't got any makeup on now either. That just is what it is. I've literally just sat down to make this and not really thought about it that deeply. This is what we've become. Anyway, I used to take my glasses off, do really good makeup, well, I apologize, but clearly we're friends here. Anyway, I sat down to make the video and was like, I'm just going to do this really quickly. It's landed on the doormat. I need to unbox it because I've got to get it off in the post because I ordered 3 copies, one for me, one for Rhiannon Thomas, the illustrator, and one for Natural England. So I wanted to open the package so that I could, on camera, so I could then send the other 2 off to where they were going and catch the post that day. So I did this really quick video. Wonderful, lovely, happy days. Check the footage, and what I'd done is, as I'd gone round to check that everything was framed okay and the video was set up, I'd wiggled it and I must have touched one of the buttons on the camera on my phone. I'm using my phone these days, and stopped the video. So I literally stopped it when I started unboxing. So I thought, oh no, what do I do? And I didn't want to fake it or something. So I made a second video where I said, oh, this is what I've just done. And I literally have just unboxed it and this is the situation. Here it is still with the packaging, and did a whole second video where I sort of laughed about it and then got it off in the post. And that was 2 weeks ago, right? And I've literally ordered the second test print. I've been working on it and having conversations with the various parties involved, and making sure this book is absolutely perfected, because one of the things I'm really meticulous about is the artwork, the illustrations in the book looking the same as they do in the physical artwork that I'm sent by the artist, because that's how we work on these books. So sometimes it takes me a few goes to make sure that actually all those colours match and it looks the same. So yeah, I've literally ordered the second print and everyone's had all the conversations about the book. And I sat down to edit the video today, ready for it to go up tomorrow. So as you're watching this, I filmed it the day before and imported the video, and it didn't seem to have any audio. And I thought, oh, that's really weird. Went back to my phone. No, in fact, it did not have any audio, because what I did the second time I recorded is I didn't turn on my new little mic here. Have I turned it on now? Yes, I have. It's got a little green light because I'm new to this mic. I've only just joined the world of the tiny mic. So I actually am really struggling with the clothes I wear to get it directed at my face. So apologies if that is annoying to you, but I still think it sounds better than without. Anyway, so the second video that I thought, well, there's still value in going, I just opened it and, I'm really excited, but sorry, I lost the first bit of footage. No, the second bit of footage had no sound. So that's good. So this is my I failed at unboxing, but I'm going to show you the book anyway and talk about it video, for what it's worth. So, because the really annoying thing is, as I said, I have this reputation for being really nervous about opening the packages. I get a bit like, whoa. I actually dread it in the days up to it arriving. And with this book, just not bothered. The whole process has been really pleasant and relaxed, and it dropped through the postbox. We're in the UK here, it's a postbox, and opened it and went, oh, it's so lovely, I'm really excited, and it looks great as it is. I am going to have to make some changes, but as it is, I could publish this. And so not flustered compared to my other videos, and I lost it, and I lost my retake of it. And so basically, yeah, just, that's what we're working with these days. That's, that's my vibe. So I'm going to show you the book anyway, because I am thrilled. I still haven't received the second test print. That will come next week. And I'm going to show you the book and then tell you some more things, because otherwise you'll get sick of me waffling. So are you ready? Here it comes. Here's the new book. And I really like it. Look at that. It looks so cool. So Magical Muddy Shores. We've got birds. So Secret Seagrass Meadows has a seahorse. Captivating Kelp Forest has a seal on the front. And this one has a bird. It's a godwit and a plover, I think, if I've learned right. I'm not very good on my birds, but I think that's what they are, if I remember rightly. So I really love this book. It was such a hard brief to say, write a book about mudflats, but I very quickly got into that vibe of the cyclical nature of the habitat and the fact that you have the tide out. That's the way it starts. The tide is out and you see all these kind of worm casts and things, and it tells you about the creatures that live in the mud. And then the tide, and the birds as well that are feeding. And then the tide comes in and all the little fan worms pop out and the fish come in, and then it returns again to the tide being out. So this kind of cycle, and it seemed hard. I mean, it was hard, but I'm really pleased with how it came out is the short answer. And I'm so pleased with it. There's so much about this that's just super cool. Yeah, I love it. My dishwasher is on, if you can hear that. But having seen the test print, what we noticed is that the images have come out quite dark. I could show you, actually. I'm going to go and get the artwork so I can show you. So I have no idea how this will show up on camera, because I always say that it's a really hard balance in how my eyes are seeing things and how they turn out on a scan or a photograph, and making sure the two are the same. So for example, this page that shows lugworms, you can see the colours there. And if I show you the original piece, hopefully you can tell that it's much, much lighter. And that wasn't super obvious when I edited all the images up. So obviously I've gone back in, lightened it. And typically for most pages that was the case. And in some of them there were areas that just weren't as vibrant as they are in real life. For instance, on the back, all of these little bits of shell are far more colourful. Let me show you in real life. Again, I don't know how well it will show up, but that's the original image and that's the print. Also, the covers come out a bit yellowy, which I think is to do with the coating. So I might not be able to do much about that. So anyway, I've gone back in, edited the images, lightened them, changed a few areas, because as I say, the point is that I go from the scan and then make sure that they end up looking like the original artwork looks here. But nonetheless, it looks wicked as it is. So yeah, I'm really happy. It absolutely could be published as it is, but I have time to make sure that it's perfect. And, perfect is always what we strive for. So yeah, super happy with it, but sent off for the second print. And like I said, not anxious about this book, because this is book 3 in this series and the 4th book we've done with Natural England, and we have a vibe. It's like, we know the structure of these books, we know how many illustrations, the style, the way that the text runs, the whole format of it. And there's always stuff that's tricky, like in this book we've shown the little tracks that get left in the mud, and that was tricky, but we did it, we made it work. Before I go, having acknowledged that I completely failed in, there's something on my lip, in making this video, what I will say is that I don't know yet what the launch details are for this book, so I can't say, hey, check out the link below and pre-order it, because you can't, because I can't set up a pre-order link until I know the release date. So hopefully in the next week or 2 I know. So if you're watching this, it's worth having a little look below, because if I've got that link, I will put it there if you wanted to pre-order the book. So I would put a big announcement up about the launch plans, and you can pre-order it and blah, blah, blah. Because right now, although I know the location of the launch, because I don't plan it, Natural England do, so I know where it's going to be launched, and I know sort of some of the thoughts around it, but I haven't had the official, it's definitely this date, because potentially we might have sort of several days, and in which case there needs to be an official launch date. So all of that stuff is being organised, and as soon as I know, I will tell you guys. And so, as I say, until I've got that date, I can't put this up on a pre-order. When it does go on pre-order, you're only going to be able to pre-order it on my website, and that is due to the vagaries of being an indie author that just mean that pre-ordering it anywhere else is really blooming difficult. That said, if you know that I work with one of your local bookshops, which probably means that you live near me, then if you wanted to order it through your local bookshop, I would be able to supply them. But yeah, I can't do pre-orders through Amazon. I can't do pre-orders through like any other route, basically. So sorry about that. I don't know if you pre-ordered it on something like Waterstones, that might work actually, but I make no promises. So if you wanted to order via a bookshop, in theory, they should put the order in for me to send the books and then they have them ready. It should work. But your best way, it will definitely get to you, is if you order it through me. And actually, I send the post out a bit early, so you should actually get it a few days before it comes out, which is a bit naughty, but I don't want it to be late. So I always send it a little bit early so that I know you're going to get it. Anyway, so yeah, I don't have the pre-order details, which many would say, then why are you making a video? Because this is an ideal opportunity to say, look at the beautiful book, please buy it. I don't know, just because that's what I've done, because I wanted to show you it, because it's pretty, and because this is when I got it. So I want to show you when I got it, not like several weeks later, because I've held on to the footage. Although I did get this 2 weeks ago. Anyway, I am blethering now, so I shall stop. Thank you so much. Apologies for just being a disaster at the moment. To be honest, it's largely because I've been working my socks off on getting this done, and I feel like I get really single-minded and everything else just scatters. So it is what it is. I'm very sorry. Hopefully the next book, which I would hope would be the Counting Dogs book, the link to the Kickstarter is below. If you want to check that out, please check that out. It needs more followers. That will be the next one, hopefully, and then I'll unbox that one and I'll do it properly. Anyway, I need to edit this footage, so thank you so much for watching. Please hit like, please subscribe, all the things like you normally do, and I will see you all soon for another video. Take care.